The formative years of Youth Alive were fascinating, to say the least. In 1999, we got registered on the 15th of April 1999 as a community-based organization, and I pay homage to my co-founder, Kiema Mwanzi, because we registered it in Nairobi and literally used his house as our base. The exclusion of young people in the development conversation and development priorities of Africa. And then we also looked at what opportunities were there and what other young people were doing across the continent that we could learn and contribute to. And then just also looking at the benefit that came from young people being involved actively in development as active contributors rather than beneficiaries of development. And so this inspired us to create a platform that allowed young people to express what they were and contribute, and also just be a place that they would have conversation with other people, with other young people, and also with the wider society. So that inspired our formation as Youth Alive.
We all have to continuously work towards a freer, more democratic space within this country where we can be able to raise issues, we can be able to draw the aspirations of young people, that they'll be more interested about why they need to be participants, or they need to participate and be included. And I think that's not something that's going to be done in one shot. I think it's a continuous journey. But I think one thing that I'm pretty happy about is that as an organization, working with the youth structures that we work with, we've seen more movement towards that, building towards that. And I think that's something that we can do, that we can be able to move this to the next level. I think a number of things sets us apart as Youth Alive Kenya. One is that we've been within the youth space for quite a long time. That means that we've sort of been there and we've mastered about the issues, and we have currency about the issues that young people are facing.
At Youth Alive Kenya, we focus on 3 thematic areas. So these are programming areas that are aimed at supporting young people, empowering young people to realize their full potential.
Youth Alive envisions supporting such grassroots level organization to a level that it's stable and inaweza fanya operations zake fit.
So we have got programs that are centered on good governance as a strategic pillar. We have another strategic pillar called economic empowerment and livelihoods. And the third one is around gender equity and social well-being. So for good governance, we do projects and activities that are aimed at supporting young people, empowering young people to take part in government planning processes, to enable young people to advocate for their rights and to voice or really contribute their ideas in these government making processes. So talk about activities around county integrated development plans. How do young people actually take part in that? How do young people influence policy? How do young people hold duty bearers to account on some of the promises that we made? At the moment, we have a number of projects that are implemented within Nairobi and the western region of Kenya, and it essentially aims at supporting young people, voicing the young people in the whole budget making processes, county or government planning processes. For the second pillar of economic empowerment and livelihoods, the objective would be around supporting young people have sustainable means of livelihoods. So how do we support young people with current skills, current capabilities, current opportunities to enable them have really meaningful and decent income-generating activities. So through this, we implement trainings, we implement capacity building sessions, implement workshops, and any benchmarking opportunities that helps or facilitates young people to realize this. Our third strategic pillar is centered on social well-being and gender equity, which mainly addresses issues of gender equity, inclusion, as well as women economic empowerment. At the moment, we have got an array of projects that are aimed at supporting or empowering women in the informal settlements majorly, and supporting them or enabling them have really sustainable means of livelihoods for economic empowerment. We have got programming that is working towards empowering these women to actively take part in decision-making processes. We have got success stories of young women that are now in decision-making tables through nomination with sector working groups and other really key positions in decision-making process in the government. The approach to programming that we use is we identify youth leaders, youthful social movements in the community that are working towards improving their communities through various initiatives. So at the moment we are working with 84 member organizations that are spread across 12 counties. So these are counties within Kenya, and we have got presence across 12 counties. The kind of programming that happens with these member organizations is really, really broad. So we have got interventions that are ranging from advocacy, interventions that are ranging up to women empowerment, and even economic empowerment related interventions. And this then guides the kind of programming, the kind of design of projects and programs that happens at the organizations. We are really, really intentional in aligning these interventions to whatever that is happening in the global space, in the national space, and even in the regional space, in line with the development.
Board members of Youth Alive serve on a voluntary basis. And it was, I think, we keep saying that Youth Alive is youth-led youth serving. So we try to keep the same principles running in the board. So even at the time of constituting the board and headhunting for board members, I had to look for people who are within that age bracket, 18 to 35. Our mandate is, of course, oversight of the Secretariat. We have an office in Nairobi and in Kisumu, which is the office is led by an executive director. Our work is to provide oversight on the administrative functions, financials of the organization, and also put in place structures. Our strategic plan speaks to the original Youth Alive, the vision, the values, the intention, the very pure intentions that young people will achieve their fullest potential because of the support that we're able to give.